So, because this movie wants to be more like Star Wars than Dragon Ball, still be a better Star Wars movie than Last Jedi was, Gekko can suddenly sense that his grandpa is in danger, and also the Dragon Ball is glowing. Why not? Yeah, I mean, shit. Why not?
Grandpa! Grandpa! Grandpa!
4 cuts in 1 second. 4 fucking cuts just to have Gekko enter a house. 4 cuts, 1 second, just to have Gekko enter a house. Keep that in mind. Oh god, I'm totally Goku. Yeah, I mean, granted, that mild fall really hurt, but I'm totally Goku. Thanks for abandoning me, you fucking asshole! So Gohan tells Gekko to find Master Roshi and to find the 7 Dragon Balls before Piccolo does. Gohan then dies, leaving Gekko feeling so emotional that his stunning performance here will leave you absolutely speechless. Yeah. I mean, you can really feel it, man. You can really feel the connection these two had. What with Gekko basically shirking off his training with his grandfather, basically sneaking out on his grandfather on his birthday when his grandfather created this big fucking dinner and shit like that, all for the sake of getting laid and stuff like that. And finally, here, right at the moment where Gohan dies, Gekko has to cover his face because of how emotional he is. I mean, yeah, you can really feel it, man. Just look at it. You can see the fucking tears running down your face and shit like that. Like, there's no fucking emotion coming from this. Then I really don't know what to fucking say. It's like, I'm actually speechless myself. I really am. This is fucking bullshit. Because Goku really did care about his grandpa. He really did. That's why he was so protective of the Dragon Ball in the original Dragon Ball series.
You are going to let me use your Dragon Ball so I can make my wish, right?
You can forget it. Grandpa gave me this ball to remember him by.
But here, yeah, cover his fucking face so you don't see anything. Just bury the old fuck already, will ya? So yeah, the next morning comes and Gekko buries his grandfather. And, again? Oh yeah, I'm totally crying. Oh, I'm just so freaking emotional. Just take my word for it, guys. I'm really crying here. Totally. So Gekko digs through his destroyed house and ends up finding an orange gi that honestly looks so freaking dumb that even Grandpa Gohan has to laugh at it.
Grandpa.
Enjoy that fake ass piece of shit that not even a cosplayer would wear. Serves you right, bitch! But enough about that one small thing from the actual show, because now we get to meet...
Where is it? I know it's here.
Ugh, this fucking bitch. This is Bulma. In the original show, Bulma was a 16-year-old girl who cared immensely about her looks and wasn't afraid to use them to her advantage. She was overly paranoid of pretty much everything around her, and by the end of the day was pretty much just a stuck-up brat. Oh, and Bulma was pretty bitchy too. But this Bulma is a gun-toting badass who shoots first and asks questions later. She's not afraid of anything and is perfectly fine with just killing somebody because she's a strong female character that don't take no bullshit from anybody. Bulma was already that! Bulma was a super smart scientist with an attitude to match. There's a reason why she was able to reel in Vegeta of all people. You know, not every female character in the world needs a gun to be strong. You hear me? So Bulma explains to Gekko that she had a Dragon Ball at the Capsule Corporation, but Mai stole it from them and now she's trying to get it back.
I swore to my father I'd get it back. I followed the signal here, and that's when I ran into you.
Okay. But what does Dr. Briefs want with the Dragon Ball? I mean, you're clearly not going by the anime's logic, so by this movie's logic, that's never explained either. So your promise is kind of empty and meaningless. But again, movie, feel free to tell me instead of show me. Again, you're not using the characters from the show, so who are these characters? Who is Bulma? I know who Bulma is from the show, but since it's clearly not the character you're using, the fact that you have to tell me all these things about Bulma and who she is more tell don't show. And it's fucking lazy!
How'd you know I had the Dragon Ball?
A little machine I invented. This can detect and locate the signature wavelengths emitted by the Dragon Balls.
Well, you made a Dragon Ball energy locator? Cool.
Dragon Ball Energy, DBE. Catchy name.
I hope you get cancer, you fucking scum. Not just any cancer. I'm talking about the most painful, unimaginable cancer that can't even be fathomed by man. A cancer that is so painful that it makes you wish you were dead. But no, instead you just suffer and suffer day in and day out as it continuously eats away at your body for every single second of the day, every second of a minute, every minute of an hour, every hour of a day, every day of a week, every week of a month, every month of a year, for many years to come. And then finally, when you finally die and go to hell where you belong, the devil will be there waiting. He'll be fucking waiting with a fucking fist of fire so fucking hot it can melt the soul of Jesus Christ himself. And as he fucking shoves it up your ass with the force of a United States of smash from All Might, that fire will burn your soul, and you will know endless suffering. You will know endless suffering like you've never even imagined for the rest of your days in hell, for all eternity. In other words, fuck you. So, realizing they need each other, Goku and Bulma decide to team up in order to find the Dragon Balls.
I'm Goku. You know, maybe we could help each other. See, I need to find a Master Roshi and Paozu. And you might need backup.
Bulma briefs.
Totally right here in front of you and not voiced in another studio with a totally different mic. For real.
Hey, where's your,
Right?
Because Puff of Cloud would just be too cartoonish for this movie, guys. For this PG-rated fantasy movie. No, you gotta go down the Transformers route. Really? It's kind of sad that a cartoon Cloud from the 1980s actually looks better than your 3D Transformer bullshit in 2009.
I have tried every possible spelling of Roshi in the directory. He's not listed.
You try Master?
27 and a half minutes in, and finally, Geeko here says something that Goku would say. Oh, and he's eating a giant hunk of meat like Goku would do? What? What? We've already established that this clearly isn't Goku. The character established in this movie is a completely different character than the one from the anime, hence why I'm calling him Geeko from now on. So it just comes across as forced and lame when this Goku starts talking and acting like Goku.
He's here.
How do you know?
I can always sense my grandfather. I know he's gone now, but I'm getting the same feeling.
Really? Wow! Goku actually doing something that Goku can do? Wow, I'm actually amazed that in this Dragon Ball movie, Goku can do something that he can actually fucking do!
There's another Dragon Ball here. Let's go!
Bulma!
Oh, that's nice. Master Roshi's house isn't on an island in the middle of the ocean. Hell, it's not even an island! It's like, you couldn't even put it on a lake? Couldn't be bothered? No? So, after breaking into Roshi's house, not the worst thing that happened to him, Geeko goes looking for Bulma while she looks for the Dragon Ball. Uh-huh. But the bowling ball didn't make any noise? But hey, at least we got another Matrix parody! So Roshi, understandably, is kind of pissed off about two people breaking into his house and proceeds to kick their asses. At least, I think that's what they're going for. The effects and camera work are so laughably bad that I can't even tell. So do you guys remember that really bad Street Fighter movie that came out a while back that nobody remembers and nobody wants to remember? Neither did I, but this fight is so fucking bad it actually reminded me of it. Thanks, Dragon Ball Evolution. Get it? Because we've never seen that joke before in a movie where the good guy inadvertently hits his friend. That's so funny! So creative! Oh my god, that's so funny! Oh my god! Do you want a cookie movie?
Shadow Crane Strike. I recognize that anywhere. How's Gohan?
Well, Gohan is dead, but Gohan, I have no fucking idea.
You knew my grandfather?
Knew him? I trained him.
Yes, I trained the man who was a good 25 or 30 years older than me, just like in the anime where Gohan was totally older than Master Roshi. Totally. As you all have probably noticed by now, the acting in this movie is pretty bad. And I mean really bad. It's awkward, it's dull, and the constant editing, dubbing of simple lines, and lifeless direction just makes it even harder to get invested in these characters, or what little character is there to begin with.
They push me so far that I want to explode. Yo, I could tear them apart with one hand. That's gotta hurt. My car! Nice swing, good form. Hey, Fuller!
If I was a Piccolo, whatever that is, I wouldn't tell you. And if I did kill your grandfather, I would have shot you by now. Somebody stole my Prometheum orb, and I'm here to get it back.
But out of all the actors in this movie, 2 have actually stood out among Dragon Ball fans as being pretty okay. And those 2 are Chow Yun-fat as Roshi and Randall Dun Kim as Grandpa Gohan. And yeah, they actually are doing okay in their roles. It's kind of like Ewan McGregor from the Star Wars prequels. While the rest of the cast was pretty dull and lifeless and aren't giving the best performances, he was actually doing pretty okay. However, here's an idea. Why not have these 2 actors swap their roles instead? Have Chow Yun-fat be the fun, innocent 50-some-year-old Gohan, and have Randall Dun Kim be the much older and far more experienced couple hundred-year-old Roshi.
Goku, I got fresh chicken feet. Couldn't find good swallow's tongue. But the squabs were fat.
Both actors are actually trying their hardest to make the best out of their roles, and I give them credit for trying, but to be fair, it'd be very hard-pressed to make any of this look good.
I am Muten Roshi, the Invincible!
My grandfather is dead.
Do I even need to say anything? This scene has become so infamous at this point. It's like a meme. It's like Tommy Wiseau. It's honestly kind of beautiful, actually. It's kind of amazing how bad the scene is.
He was murdered. I will avenge him. But before he died, he asked me to find you.
Hey, I mean, give Chow Yun-fat some credit. His bad performance a second ago was kind of amusing. This is just pathetic. Dude, your grandpa is dead, and there's a great evil that's coming to take over the world. At least pretend that you give a shit! So, realizing the threat, Master Roshi decides to help them and gives them his Dragon Ball. Oh, but not before Snoopy threw his adult magazines.
Bikini Quarterly?
Oh, that's a collector's edition.
Wow, that's pretty risque for this PG-rated family film to do. You know, it's almost like Dragon Ball isn't well known for having things like blood, extreme violence, sexuality, and a bunch of other stuff that would totally warrant a PG-13 rating. What I'm trying to say is that making a Dragon Ball movie PG-rated is probably the stupidest fucking decision I've ever heard. This should have totally been a fucking PG-13 movie, so grow a pair of Dragon Balls and make it a PG-13 rated movie. For fuck's sake! The thing I hate the most about this being a PG-rated family film, yeah, thanks Fox, is the fact that this movie tries to teach some half-assed moral. Just listen to this weak-ass generic bullshit.
You're special, Goku.
No, I'm different. Teach me how to be normal.
Normal is also overrated. You must have faith in who you are.
What? What does that even mean? That has got to be some of the most vague, unuseful advice I've ever heard. Sometimes it's good to be normal, and having faith in who you are? What a load of hypocritical bullshit coming from the movie that is nothing like what it's supposed to be. Dragon Ball was never about teaching morals. The lessons often came naturally from the great stories and the great characters. Goku taught me to never give in, even in the face of adversity.
Dear God,
I get that. Maybe the strongest of them all. But I don't care. Not even you to tell me what my limits are.
Gohan taught me that the most important things in life are always worth fighting for.
正しいことのために戦うことは罪ではない。頼んだぞ。
And Vegeta taught me to never accept second place, to always keep pushing myself until I'm number one.
Yes, I am now a Super Saiyan. But I won't stop there. I will ascend.
Those lessons didn't come from some forced, preachy exposition. They came from the characters just being characters. And because these characters felt like real people, the audience can relate with them a lot more, even picturing themselves in the same shoes as these guys. You're lying to yourself if you claim to have never tried a Kamehameha in your life, because God knows I have. It's this very reason why people have become so attached to Dragon Ball over the years, why it's become one of the most popular shows of all time. And it's also why everybody fucking hates this movie! This movie has dumbed down these characters to a point where they are virtually unrecognizable to fans, all for the sake of trying to spew some half-assed lesson, like it gave a shit about teaching a lesson to its fans. And even to casual moviegoers, these characters are just too bland and uninteresting to get fully invested in. They just went with the most stock, boring people they could possibly find, as opposed to the real characters who were unique, identifiable, and unmistakably charming. So, I guess Goku can sense where the Dragon Balls are now? Because, you know what, let's just play some Star Wars music over because it's a joke, it works. So Goku finds the 2-star ball and apparently can see the future. He can see the future? That's butter shtick! But you're getting really close, I'll give you credit for that. I also love the fact that nobody even questions what just happened to Goku. Like, clearly something happened to him, and nobody even cares. It's like no big deal to them. Normally I'd be angry, but fuck it. If it ends the movie quicker.
If the prophecy is true, in 7 days, the sun will be eclipsed by the blood moon. That will be the beginning of the apocalypse.
Blood moon? Eclipse? Prophecy? Apocalypse? What the hell are you talking about? Whatever happened to just gathering the Dragon Balls, summoning Shenron, making the wish, and then he leaves? That's it. It's done. Good job. Let's do it all over again for over 30 years. Why not? Why in the hell did you have to go and make this so fucking complicated? The Dragon Balls was a super simple concept. It's super easy to figure out, even if you're just a casual fan. It's literally as simple as I described. The hard part is keeping the balls from the evil guys who want to use them for evil purposes. The Red Ribbon Army wanted to use them to take over the world. Simple. Piccolo, he wanted to restore his youth so he could take over the world. Simple. Vegeta, he wanted immortality so he could kill Frieza. And to a lesser extent, destroy the world. Simple! Keep it fucking simple, guys! Jesus! Meanwhile, we cut to Piccolo, who just destroyed a lake.
Much easier to find without the water.
Our villain, ladies and gentlemen. Piccolo is Akira Toriyama's favorite character in the entire series, and like everyone else in this movie, they dumbed him down to such a disgusting degree. In the anime, Piccolo was actually two characters, King Piccolo and Piccolo. After King Piccolo died, he laid an egg that became the new Piccolo. This Piccolo started off evil and wanted to kill Goku, but after spending time with his son Gohan and learning what it is to have a friend, he switches sides and becomes friends with Goku. He actually changes because, again, he's a real person with actual death. But in this movie, he's just an asshole, a threat that needs to be stopped and nothing more. Wait a minute. You want to be attached to your villain? The bad guy? What are you, a fucking Nazi or something? Maybe I am. Wait, no, let's take that back. Wait, come on, cut! Yes, I want to be attached to my villain, because, like in the anime, the villains were genuinely interesting and fun to watch, as opposed to this fucking Shrike.
I will take you to a secret place, where a chosen few were taught to master the energy of the three elements. Air, fire, and water.
As for earthbending, it can suck my dick.
Shadow Crane Strike is the most basic of all the air bending techniques.
Anyone else find it really weird this movie somehow predicted another really bad anime adaptation? Maybe this movie was onto something with giving Goku future vision.
To learn what I have to teach you, you have to become stronger!
You wanted him. Although I am beginning to appreciate the entertainment value.
Okay. I didn't bring this up earlier, but I probably should have. What is up with that blue streak of hair in Bulma's head? Like, what is up with that? Now look, I don't really care that much about Bulma's hair, okay? If it was completely brown, then whatever. It'd be dumb, but it'd mostly be a nitpick. There'd be no reason to bring it up. But no, for some convoluted reason, they put a blue streak of hair in there. Why not just make the whole fucking thing blue? No, you gotta have that little streak of hair right there. You know, that little middle finger streak just kind of in her face. It's like, yeah, we could have made her whole hair blue. We could have totally done that, but no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this little streak because fuck you. Fuck you guys. Yeah, we really care about the fans. Totally.
Leave your hand there another second, and you'll lose it.
Ha ha, PG. So Roshi takes Goku to a secret place so he can get stronger because years of training can totally be done in a week, but we find that the secret place isn't so secret anymore.
I thought you said this place is secret.
Chi-Chi?
Again, guys, amazing editing. One shot, he's on top of the cliff, and the next, he's literally at the bottom of it. Like, do I have to take this away from you and give you these in exchange? Along with a really stiff and awkward looking fighting here, I also love the fact that this guy up here just up and disappears between cuts. I guess he had better things to do, like not being put in there via Photoshop. And add a Wilhelm scream in there because fuck you. So it turns out that Chi-Chi is also a martial artist, and this just makes Goku even more horny than before. Right to the point where when Chi-Chi brings up Goku's dead grandfather, he just brushes it off like a dick.
I heard about your grandfather's accident. I'm so sorry.
Hey, what was it that you wanted to tell me?
Parents! They love you! Cherish them before they die!
Nobody at home knows this, but I'm a fighter too. They just wouldn't understand.
Okay, but what do you mean by that? Why wouldn't they understand? If everybody liked watching Goku fight the bullies earlier, then why wouldn't they like watching you do the same thing? What does that even mean? Jamie Chung as Chi-Chi actually isn't that bad of a casting choice either. She's a fighter, she's beautiful, and she can be commanding if need be. Unfortunately, like everyone else in this shit film, she's forced to work with a script that doesn't understand the original character. Chi-Chi in this movie has been reduced to nothing more than just a bland-ass love interest for Goku because this movie has no idea how to make Goku want to do anything if she's not involved. Oh, but she loves to fight like him. That totally makes her a strong female character, just like turning Bulma into a gun-toting badass does for Bulma, or turning Mai into an alien that also uses a gun does for Mai. Do you see where I'm coming from, guys? These characters were already great. Why did you have to try and turn them into strong female characters? Bulma was a genius scientist who was also a spoiled brat, not a gun-toting badass who shoots first and never asks. Sure, she had a gun, but she was very reluctant to use it and only did it whenever she felt frightened. Chi-Chi was the daughter of the Ox King, and as a result was incredibly pampered and only ever wanted a husband and kids. She wanted to be a housewife. But no, that's not a strong female character, now is it? We gotta have her like fighting so she can fight like the boys. We're making a proud statement for ladies. Chi-Chi hated fighting! Sure, she knew how to fight, but she only did it whenever she wanted something like money. Sure, it was selfish, but it was also a fucking character. Every other time, she was trying her damnedest to try and stop people from fighting, especially Goku. Are you fucking kidding me? And as for Mai, she was a joke! At first, but a joke nonetheless! She was a comic relief lackey to one of the main villains of the series that was never meant to be taken that seriously. Sure, Dragon Ball Super changed her character, but in my opinion, they did that very well. Yeah, she becomes a gun-toting badass, but when it comes to the context of the story, it actually makes sense. She's fighting against the evil Goku Black and trying to save her people. She's leader of the soldiers, she's looking after the innocent. We actually understand just what the hell she's fighting for. As opposed to this thing who's just following Piccolo around because, hey, we don't have enough strong female characters yet, while at the same time as making them strong female characters, we're also having them dress in sexy clothing, show off some of their cleavage and shit, and at times, even objectify them all for a quick joke. Yeah, I know the show did that too, but the joke was that Roshi would get smacked in the face. Also, things like that work differently in Japan, so maybe just not try to pull that shit here in America. Bottom line, guys, this is what happens when you try to make strong female characters into strong female characters. It fucking sucks! Oh look, he's drinking a Coke. Because Coke totally exists in the Dragon Ball universe, what, are we gonna stop by a Wendy's next? Actually, to be fair, the show has done its own fair share of selling out. At least it makes for an entertaining commercial.
We can't train here. My key is shriveling up.
Was that a dick joke? Is that really this movie's idea of an innuendo? PG rated, guys!
Hey, at least this won't be a total waste. I got a signal from a Dragon Ball. Let's go.
Oh, well, gee, well, that's really convenient. Man, it's almost like this adventure fantasy isn't going to have a lot of adventure in your fantasy. So outside of the absolutely horrid green screen in this scene, we get even more of, guess what? More PG-rated family humor.
Knock this orange from my hand.
Fuck you! No, I'm sorry, I'm just... no! Fuck you! Okay, so let's see if we can figure this shit out. So in this shot, Bulma is turning left on the road, and then we cut to these two idiots fumbling around the back, but we can still see the road in the background. But then in the next shot, we see Bulma falling, and then in the next shot, they're off-road, and then they fall into a hole that just spontaneously appears.
Sorry.
Oh, now you want to be respectful towards women. So it turns out that the hole was dug by... Oh my god! What did you fucking assholes do to Yamcha? He literally looks like the human incarnation of an STD. No, scratch that. All STDs. His hair looks like ramen noodles while his skin looks like burnt leather. And his voice?
For a pretty thing like you, no problemo. Is that a Capsule RX 550 Roadster I see down there? Yo, I'll take that. Just think it over, because after the sun comes out, it's gonna be hot, hot, hot. Hot. Yeah, whatever. I'm not the one stuck in the hole. Want more outbursts like that? And I'm out here. Now you're talking, bro. If that TV thing is right, the ball you're looking for is right here. Let's go, come on!
Imagine Logan Paul on the most extreme of steroids. And 1,000 times more annoying if that's even possible.
Whoa. Need any help down there?
Let me handle this. I'd be, so grateful if you could just help me and my friends out.
Really? Like, no. Really? You couldn't even pretend to be invested in the bullshit you were saying, huh? Huh? I would be so grateful if you would help me and my friends out here. So dead. Jesus. Also, Bulma's now using her looks to get what she wants. Yeah, Bulma in the show would do this, but this Bulma would just shoot the guy. You see, you're getting the characters confused. You can't even stay consistent with the character you guys wrote!
Just think it over, because after the sun comes out, it's gonna be hot, hot, hot. Hot.
Incredible. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but they somehow found a way to make the Yamcha in the movie an even bigger tool than the one from the show. Look, I understand that Yamcha has become quite the running gag nowadays, but despite all that, he still comes across as a pretty fun and likable guy. Even though the whole world is often beating him down nowadays, he always finds a way to remain optimistic, which I think is actually pretty cool of him. Along with that, back in the old days of Dragon Ball, he was one of the strongest fighters on Earth. His Wolf-Fang Fist was truly a devastating and powerful attack, so unique and fearsome that it's remembered even to this day. But this Yamcha is a fucking bro, just some lame-ass roid head with big muscles and an annoying voice. Also, no Wolf-Fang Fist, no Special Beam Cannon, no Solar Flare. The only famous attack from the Dragon Ball show we see in this movie is the Kamehameha. I'll go more into that later, but my point that I'm making now is that this Yamcha sucks! Tee-hee-hee, family comedy! So, feeling bored out of their minds, just like the audience who aren't seething with rage right now, Master Roshi decides to tell him a story by using the campfire to project images from, it doesn't matter if you watch the show or not, it is because you fucking know this shit doesn't fucking happen, it doesn't fucking happen! Fuck you! So it turns out that this story is exactly like the opening narration that we got in the beginning of the movie. Huh, almost like we didn't fucking need that! Also, shouldn't Roshi have gone over this shit with Gekko earlier in the movie? You know, since it's apparently so fucking important?
Now, Piccolo has somehow escaped.
I love the fact that this guy literally just said Piccolo has somehow escaped. Even the movie doesn't know how it happened. Movie, don't use the word somehow in your script unless you plan to answer what somehow really means.
In 2 days, the blood moon will eclipse the sun and bring forth Osaru, his disciple.
What the fuck? Again with this blood moon shit. Like, what does that even have to do with Osaru? Osaru is not a mythical being that appears once in a million years or whatever. It's a form. The Saiyans turn into them whenever in the presence of a full moon, just like a werewolf. Be it a real one or an artificial one that some have learned to create themselves. Only by cutting off a Saiyan's tail can you stop Osaru from coming. Once again, another super simple thing to figure out, made overly complicated because I have no fucking idea.
To stop Piccolo, whoever can find all 7 Dragon Balls can resurrect the power of Shenlong and be granted one perfect wish.
Shenlong. Not Shenron. Shenlong. Enough of the dick innuendos, guys. Come on.
Unless we find the Dragon Balls and use our wish to banish Piccolo from this world, we will have no defense against the onslaught.
What a crock. You expect me to believe that?
Finally, something I agree with in this movie! And it had to come from that guy, the human form of Logan Paul's left nut. But through sheer plot convenience, the Dragon Ball radar, or DBE, suddenly goes off now for some reason.
Enough games.
Fuck you! Why didn't you do that before? What was the whole point of sitting in that hole for God knows how long? You said that you only have like 2 days left, so what the hell were you fucking waiting for? So instead of just taking the tools from the criminal, by the way, why does he even have all that shit? Roshi decides to make a deal with him.
How would you like to make more money than you ever dreamed of?
Now you're talking, bro.
I swear to God, if he decides at any point in this movie to dab on the haters, I will rip his dick off barehanded and chuck it in the river.
Done! Woo! Well, I guess he hadn't robbed us. We wouldn't be able to get this Dragon Ball.
Oh, so that's why he had all those tools and shit. It's because the plot needed him to. Yeah, even Goku's calling this bullshit out at this point.
Well, everything happens for a reason, bro. Got that one from daytime TV.
I hate you. So fucking much. But, unknown to the group, Piccolo is following them in order to find the last of the Dragon Balls and decides to use his blood to create minions? Because having kids is just stupid. It's just really stupid. Yeah, blood minions? Yeah, that's the logical direction. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is obvious at this point, but no. No, Piccolo couldn't do this in the show either. Meanwhile, after being deep in a hole and digging downward, the group ends up on top of a volcano. Because that's how going down works!
Peace and right! I just tried my net!
I fucking hate you. But Piccolo's minions attack them, leading to more incomprehensible fighting.
Down!
That's the only way to stop them! Yeah.
Oh, well, ain't that lucky? It's a good thing you assholes aren't at Disneyland, otherwise you're really being a pickle! So Gekko uses the bodies as a bridge in order to cross the river of lava because a cloud that can fly you anywhere is just too damn childish for this PG-rated film. Oh, but throwing the bodies of your enemies into molten lava while they're still alive, meaning that they're obviously burning alive, while you use their suffering to your advantage? Perfectly fine. You know, as metal as this is, I should fucking love this, but no. No, I fucking hate it.